Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Hampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2009 Mercedes-Benz ML350. This ML is currently showing just over 61,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior, as well as showing you some of the more notable features. So starting here on the exterior, you'll find it finished in a nice bright white paint scheme. We just lost a bit of our sunlight, but hopefully it comes back and I can show you just how beautiful the paint condition really is. This car has been cared for extremely meticulously throughout its life. You can really tell here in person. So going really close to the body, looking for any dings, dents, or scratches. Spoiler, we will not be seeing much of anything on this car. It is just in amazing condition. One of the nicer MLs from this era that I've come across in many years of working around these vehicles. So next up, we'll take a look here at the wheels. Silver 5-spoke finish. Really looking nice here. You can see zero curb rash, and those Michelin tires present beautifully. No issues to report there. You can see all of your chrome trim moving down the side of the vehicle on your doors and on your door handles. All present just perfect. Same goes here for the front wheel, just absolutely stunning condition. You can even see those Mercedes-Benz emblems in the center haven't worn or chipped or oxidized even a little bit. And right on cue, as we move to the front fascia, we have some sunlight coming out, and you can really see, look at how nice that light reflects off the panel. Looks stunning. And the design here at the front is just classic prime Mercedes as well. You can see these headlight lenses with a lot of chrome and silver accents inside, and that's not interrupted at all because there's no oxidation, discoloration, or discoloration, in those lenses, so they look just lovely and add a little bit of bling to the front end here, and that's accented nicely with that front grille finished in a nice frosted satin silver, and then some bright chrome trim, all meeting there in the center with your Mercedes emblem. But looking at the front bumper cover itself, I'm pressed to find any serious chipping or damage. There's hardly any issue to report there. It looks just phenomenal. One small imperfection here on the leading edge at the front. Now we move on to the passenger side. Again, another wheel in perfect shape. And we'll go really close to the panel yet again. You can see that chrome trim presenting perfectly as well. And all the way to the back here, it's in perfect condition. And lastly, another wheel in just fantastic shape. That brings us to the rear of the vehicle. You have some nice chrome badging, like your ML350 badge there. Some more chrome with that nice trim piece on your Mercedes emblem. And then, of course, your 4MATIC badge. Taillight lenses in excellent shape. Nice little chrome panel there at your load floor. One small imperfection on that rear diffuser panel, but hardly affects the outward appearance. Just a small ding on the underside there. Otherwise, those exhaust outlets look great. And generally here on the exterior, this car is in just unbelievable condition considering the year. So let's make our way inside, where you find that white paired beautifully with a nice two-tone beige and brown leather interior. Looking at that driver's seat, looks hardly used whatsoever. Headliner's perfect, nice big bright sunroof above my head. If you're into the market for an ML of this era, you would really struggle to find one this clean. So let's start it up here with the push button start. Keys in my pocket, of course. Fires up with no hesitation, and as you can see, zero lights to report. Dashboard, absolutely perfect condition. No imperfections to report there whatsoever. Looking at the door cards, finished with some different varying colors of leather trim. We have that nice wood trim carrying across the top and some silver below. And it all meets at the front there with the wonderful sound system in this car. Sounds tremendous. And looking here on the driver's panel, the one you would assume would see more wear throughout its life. I mean, look at the window switches. Absolutely zero wear to report anywhere there. It just looks amazing. Steering wheel in front of me is just the same. See here, all of your buttons have held up perfectly. Silver trim on the lower portion looks great as well, and that Mercedes star is shining bright. Gear selector on the right, column mounted, and then your cruise control there with your gear selector paddles for that 7-speed transmission. Looking at the gauge cluster ahead of me, perfect condition as well. Nice chrome trim around those analog dials. So now moving here into the center console area, you can see the screen is free of any major wearing. One touch here will open up my navigation display. Selecting reverse shows a nice reverse camera as well. Otherwise, it's a very basic infotainment system compared to the ones we have today that go a bit overboard. And as you can see, all of your switchgear looks great. Looking a bit further down, we get into more of that wooden trim, which has held up absolutely perfectly over the years, all the way throughout. And these nice grab handles here are trimmed nicely in chrome underneath. Climate controls all look great. Controls down here are just the same. All of these drawers extend smoothly and quietly and then retract back with no issue. Same goes for one here at the bottom. Even though it comes out a bit faster, it does do it exactly as it's designed. And those cup holders are great, with of course that nice removable divider there in the center if you need a bit more space for some storage. As we mentioned, above my head, sunroof looks great, headliner looks amazing. And then of course your center console storage just here with a bit of extra storage space. So next up, let's take a quick look under the hood and see what powers the ML350. I'll meet you there. All right, so here under the hood of the ML350, just take a look at how amazingly clean it is under here. Looking at the painted portions around your strut towers there, paint is bright white just as it is on the outside. All of your reservoirs have a nice deep factory shine. All of your intricate connections around your ABS. Everything looks great. Engine is running incredibly smoothly, as you can see and hear. All the way around the front, free of any corrosion. Usually you're going to see stuff building up here and here on that leading edge where stuff can sneak in under the hood, but there's nothing to be seen there. Absolutely perfect everywhere you look. This is Mercedes 3.5 liter V6, making right around 260-ish horsepower. So it's plenty of power and it's extremely smooth because you've got a bit of displacement helping you out. It's not like a 4-cylinder and a big SUV like we've started seeing in recent years. This is all about smoothness and refined feeling while driving, and they've absolutely nailed it here. And these engines have proven to be very reliable as well, being in so many different models throughout the years. So next up here, we're looking at the second row of seats. You can see we have our TV screens mounted just there. Seats look lovely, and we have our climate control vents there in the center. Seat condition is lovely all the way throughout, and the door cards are in great shape. We also have a couple pairs of headphones that pair up to these screens. And then here in the center, a nice drop-down armrest with some cup holders. And then hopping inside, I have the driver's seat in an extremely relaxed position, but you'll see, being around 6'4", I sit nicely behind that seat with no issue on legroom, especially thanks to those cutouts, but I don't actually need them. I'm not into the back of the seat, and you get a nice view of the cabin ahead. So lastly, let's just take a quick look at your cargo space here in the back. So one touch is going to open up this tailgate, or this hatch rather. Opens up smoothly and almost silently to reveal a nice big cargo space. You can drop down that second row of seats flat, and you can also extend this cargo cover to keep any prying eyes away from seeing what cargo you may have in the back. And that retracts perfectly fine, and you see our all-weather mats everywhere in the trunk. And then again, one touch is going to drop down this tailgate, and it'll latch into place nicely. So if you have any further questions related to this ML350, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you'll find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.